About 2 weeks back, I finished watching Ouran Host Club and I took my sweet time watching the 26 episodes. While watching, I was also posting shorts daily on YouTube, and as a result, we grew into a community of Ouran fans. I still cannot believe how fast the subscribers grew. There was a time in March when every single day the subscriber count would increase more than 1,000. It was surprising for me as Ouran was released in 2006 and 2 decades later it's still getting recommended to all over global fans. That means people have not forgotten the host club and how it made them feel. So I was really curious as to why. There are several anime and movies we forget that we just watched a few months ago. Then how come a show this old still has a solid fan base in 2026? We are going to look what Ouran did different than most shows nowadays. Wait, it would be incorrect to say that. The standards Ouran Host Club set 2 decades earlier that are still unbeatable is a good title. Let's find out. Drama is one of those genres that often gets overlooked, but to be honest, it holds some of the most unforgettable stories out there. Whether in anime or movies, there are timeless dramatic shows that you just cannot get tired of. What makes it so special is the ability that it makes people keep coming back to drama after a hard day of work, because it is sure to make you laugh and stress free. What makes Ouran so special is the chaotic, heartfelt moments that keep pulling people back in. Fans keep rewatching it not just for the nostalgia, but because the story, the characters and the emotions that develop watching this anime. The mix of comedy, tension and genuine connection is very rare and powerful. Now keep in mind that the most important thing in a story is the story itself. Animation is not as necessary because there are several anime blessed with good animation, but the story is just average, repeated and cliche, which is sure to be forgotten one day or the other. There is not a single anime like Ouran Host Club. It was unique before and even to this day. On the surface, it looks like it's just rich boys anime, but it is far more than that. Rich boys are just found in every single anime these days. So what Ouran did was something completely different than just showing rich boys' lifestyle. Over-deliver. It's one of the key aspects for a good business. Under-promise and over-deliver. Simply meaning that you give audience such a show that they can never forget it, and they excelled at their strategy. There are endless things I can talk about Ouran Host Club, but I have a poem for this specifically, so I'll recite it now. The show has love tropes and more than one could hope. Twins that are very close with the bond that's hard to scope. Haruhi's got the brains and Tamaki's got the heart. Mori's quite strength while Honey's sweetness steals the part. Kyoya's got the schemes, always 3 steps ahead, and Renge brings this drama with the stories in her head. Yet underneath the laughter there's something deeper still. A casual so full of differences yet connected by sheer will. Each one has their own quirks, their own way to shine, yet somehow all their pieces fit together so divine. They are flawed and they are funny, but they're strange in their own way. But every little difference has a purpose in the play. The loud ones bring the laughter, the quiet ones bring peace, and somehow when they're together all the loneliness can cease. Because Ouran isn't simply about romance or comedy's art. It's about finding your people and giving them your heart. It's about being understood without having to pretend, and finding something like a family in the people you call friends. And maybe that's the magic that makes the whole thing glow. Not that they're perfect people, but that together they just flow. Every personality different, every character complete, yet somehow together they make the story sweet. It's chaotic, form, ridiculous and sincere. A story that somehow makes its characters feel near. And by the time the curtain closes, one thing becomes clear. You didn't just watch the host club, you found a little family here. That was my time. Thank you.